Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna pick out my June TBR. I'm pretty excited for this one, even though last month I think I read like maybe 2 out of 8 books on my TBR, which is not very good, but that's not the plan for this month. We're gonna do it this month. So instead of just picking which books I want to read, I have this, it's a candle jar that just isn't burnable anymore. I have little pieces of paper in here that have requirements for each book that I choose. So like this one says, a book with more than 500 pages. TBR for this month, for May, I believe I picked 8 books, and that's not realistic for me. So I'm going to pick 6 this month. So we have a whole bunch of papers in here, and we have this bucket full, this stack, and that stack. So we have lots of books to pick from, and I'm really excited. First, I'm going to talk about 2 books that I'm currently reading right now that I plan to finish within the next week. One of them is an audiobook. I'm currently listening to The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen R. Covey, and I am 33% done. So far, it's really good. It's about how to live your life effectively, focusing on the right things, prioritizing things the way you want to, and treating life and yourself better. I'm also currently reading High Fidelity by Nick Hornby, which is on my TBR for May. I'm on page 68 or something like that. So far it's okay, nothing's really happening, but apparently it's really good and it's funny. I'm enjoying the humor that's in the book so far. So that's good, and I am planning to finish this week too. So I guess those books are kind of on my June TBR because I will be finishing them in June. But yeah, those are the 2 books that I'm currently reading or listening to. Now let's get started with the June TBR. So I'm just gonna pick one randomly and not look. This one. One that I found at a second-hand shop. So like a thrift store or something. Let's see. Lots of these I found at those free little libraries. I'm not going to count those because almost all of them I found from there. Okay, here we go. Well, I'm just going to ruin my stack. This one is called The Parcel. Oh no! This one's called Parcel by Anoshi Irani. I don't know why I bought this book. It was only $1, but it seems really odd. Like, it's not usually a book that I'd pick up. On the back, there's like a quote. It says, "I go by my many names, none of my own choosing. I'm called Ali, Aravani, now Number, Sixer, Mamu, Gandu, Napunsa, Kinar, Koja." The list goes on and on like a politician's promise. I'm reviled, and revered, deemed to have been blessed and cursed with sacred powers. Parents think of me as a kidnapper, shopkeepers as a lucky charm, and married couples as a fertility expert. To passengers in taxis, I am but a nuisance. I am shooed away like a crow. Everyone has their version of what I am, or what they want me to be. That actually sounds really interesting now that I'm reading it. I'm very excited to read this book. I don't understand. Can someone please tell me, why do books have like 5 just blank pages at the back that have nothing on them? Why? What's the purpose for that? This one is set in Italy, in Sicily to be specific. But I've started reading it and I didn't like it, so I don't want to pick that one. What about Life of Pi? Where is that? I'm pretty sure this isn't in Canada. I'm just gonna Google it to make sure. No way. It was based in Canada. You're kidding me. Toronto. The Wind-Up Bird Chronicle. I believe that this is just in Japan, in a Tokyo suburb. Okay, my battery's about to die, so we're gonna hope it doesn't while I film. Okay, we're gonna do the next one. Okay, a book by an author you've never read before. Okay. What kind of book am I looking for? Toni Morrison. I think I'm going to read this book, Beloved by Toni Morrison. It's about slavery and racism, and I just read The Color Purple, which is also about racism and black women, and I feel very strongly on that topic, so I think I'm going to continue reading about it, and I think it's super important to read about. So this will be the third book on my June TBR. I'm going to pick from the bottom, I think. A book with a summary on the back. Tell me why these are so hard to find right now. Let's see. Okay, this one, the first one I picked up, The Widow of Pale Harbor by Hester Fox. I found this in a free little library when I was camping, and it seems super interesting. I'm just going to read part of the synopsis on the back. It says, Maine, 1846, Gabriel Stone is desperate to escape the ghosts that haunt him in Massachusetts after his wife's death, so he moves to Maine, taking a position as a minister in the remote village of Pale Harbor. But not all is as it seems in the sleepy town. Strange, unsettling things have been happening, and the townspeople claim that only one person can be responsible. Sophronia Carver, a reclusive widow who lives with a spinster maid in the eerie Castle Carver. Sophronia must be a witch, and she almost certainly killed her husband. Doesn't that seem so interesting? I was super excited when I found this book. 2 more for real this time. Okay. A book with more than 500 pages. Okay. I also have Odin's Child, which has like 600 something pages. Oh, almost 600 pages. Maybe I'll read this one. I'm not really in the mood for fantasy, but my boyfriend borrowed me this book, and, you know, I should probably read it. And then we can talk about it, and it'll be... So, are you kidding me? It has 499 pages. The next book for my main TBR will be Odin's Child by Siri Peterson. It is part of the Raven Ring series. I don't actually know how many books are in the series, but I'm just going to read this little thing at the back. It says, imagine lacking something that everyone else has, something that proves you belong to the world, something so vital that without it you are nothing but a plague, a myth, a human. So it sounds really interesting. Okay, this one better be good. I better get something good. Is that 2? No. The first book in a new series. Series? I don't think I have any books from any series. Is the Anne of Green Gables a series? It is. Anne of Green Gables is, in fact, a series, and I have 2 books in it, but not the second book. I have the third and the first. All right. I shall read Anne of Green Gables as my last book for my June TBR. This is the final lineup for the month. I'm just going to go over them really quickly. First here we have the Wind-Up Bird Chronicle by Haruki Murakami, which is about a young man who is looking for his wife's cat that went missing, and then his wife goes missing. So it's kind of a journey of missing animals and people, and super interesting. There's a lot more to the plot, but that's the gist of it. Next we have Anne of Green Gables, which I honestly don't even know what it's about, to be honest with you. And we have Odin's Child by, and Anne of Green Gables is by L.M. Montgomery. Then we have Odin's Child by Siri Peterson, which is about a person, a girl, who gets banished from her town. She gets banished from her people because she's the son of Odin, which is not a good thing in this scenario. So I'm fairly excited to read this book. Then we have The Parcel by Anoshi Irani. We have Beloved by Toni Morrison, which is a very popular book about slavery, black women, to a lot of things that we need to focus on even in today's society. Last but not least, we have The Widow of Pale Harbor by Hester Fox, which is about a man whose wife died, and then he goes to start his new life, and there are witches and ghosts and things that haunt you. So this should be really interesting. I'm actually really excited to read this one. And the cover is really pretty too. That is this month's TBR. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any book recommendations or videos recommendations, please let me know in the comments. And I will see you in the next video.